It smells like sheep in here now. So guys, I thought I would just chuck this bit at the start of the video because, well, actually I realised I don't have a good intro to it. And also I wanted to update you on Elsa the 740. Now don't worry, I haven't sold it or forgotten about it or given up. I'm actually on my way now to collect an angle grinder that I bought for her, cordless, so that I can actually get started on this rust. So yeah, there's definitely going to be more videos to come on that one soon. I know a lot of you miss her and want to see more on her, and there will be some soon. But in the meantime, yeah, there's a lot to do on Ruby. So yeah, actually when I first bought Ruby, the rear bumper was pretty much hanging off it. So yeah, this was a long time ago when it was much warmer and much nicer than it is now. But actually the bumper was the very first thing that I started, so this is a video that's taken a very long time. Look how beautiful this is. All these leaves. Really nice. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, it's been a very long time coming, this video. It's been sat in the editing phase for so long, and I've added bits to it, and you know, you'll see me, I think you'll probably see me age quite a lot over the course of this coming video, because I shot like little bits of it over months. So, but it's finally sorted now, and here's how it went. So this bumper is loose. Looks okay in there at a first glance. You can see there where it's pulled out, the bolt head has actually pulled through the aluminium of the bumper. It's just corroded so bad there that it's just pulled out, so yeah, we need a new bumper. So you've got clips here that keep the outer skin clipped to this bracket here. There's two 10mm bolts that you can get from inside, but I normally find they just spin. This captive nut inside the plastic, it just spins, so it's really hard to remove them. So I've never been able to actually remove these. I normally have to go in with a screwdriver behind and then prise these clips off, and then also prise these clips that go on the bottom of the plastic that actually keep it clipped to the metal bumper itself. It's not looking good, is it? So yeah guys, to take the bumper off, I mean, I've just kind of jammed a ratchet in there and I'm going in from underneath just to get that last one out, because these are already done for me. So I don't have to get this welded, which is a relief. It's bent, it needs bending back, but it's still quite solid. This is the important thing, isn't it? Seeing if these are straight. Ish. If we can bend this to fit so it's straight, or however it needs to sit, it probably does need to be an angle, doesn't it, to follow the curve of the car. If we bend this where it wants to go to fit a new, you know, get the hammer out and we'll hit it in and we'll try and line it up again. But from experience, not that I have a lot of it, but repairing crash damaged cars, it's a pain in the arse, because trying to get things to line up properly, where things are twisted and bolts won't go in, and you have to like get the hammer out, you have to try and like reposition things. Looking at it from a distance, I mean, they're level, aren't they? So guys, you know how there's always something going on at this garage. Those of you that have been watching for a while will remember the fire that I had here. Well, unsurprisingly, there's been some new developments. A good one, to start with. I have a new parking space. Turned up today, and the garage that was here, you remember the old man with no clutch left? Well, his garage has just disappeared. So, more Volvo parking spaces. And now for the bad development. it's trash. It's like, I think it's old construction leftovers, isn't it? Definitely going to be needed for the job, and definitely one tool I would never cheap out on. I'd always actually spend a bit extra and get a good brand of vice grip, because cheap vice grips are absolutely useless and they'll just cause you more problems. Another tram. Yeah, so anyway, vice grips. There's actually a guy on YouTube called Vice Grip Garage. You should definitely go and check him out. He's amazing. Most of you probably already watch him, but if not, definitely go and check him out. He's so good, in fact, they even named a tool after him. Hopefully that's enough. That's tight. That is tight. Yeah, it's going. Is it going? Yeah. Heat would be the best thing as well for this. Get these nice and hot, they'd come off easier. Obviously I don't have power here. I should get like a little gas heater thing. It is on the list. I definitely need one, especially working on these old rust buckets. It's not that solid actually, which is kind of a relief. I just want to get it a bit closer. And just to show you how it is from the inside, so you can see the rust at the end, inside there, at the back. Now that is the rust that you can see here on this lip. So I want to treat all this. And then I also want to fire a load of oil in there, because obviously you're not going to get any paint, you know, in there, rust converter, and be able to paint that. I mean, you can't get in there. And when it gets right to the end as well, that's where the two pieces of metal, the outer part and the inner part, come together, and the gap gets smaller and smaller, and then they're actually seamed together, they're kind of pressed together, and the rust is happening in between that seam. So no chance of really treating it properly, or, you know, doing a proper job on it. So I think really it's just a case of buying time. Sorry, I'm looking at the phone screen. I'm not actually looking at what I'm doing. So I'm looking at the camera, so my aim's a little bit questionable. Actually look at what I'm doing this time. So there we go, guys. She's got a coating on her now. You can probably see it shimmering away there. You look how sort of layered it is there, and where the rust is in between it. You know, you're not going to get good paint coverage on that. I mean, I could spray some like thick black, like waxy stuff over it, some underseal stuff, but again, you know, it's not going to stop the rust. If there's moisture in there, it's going to carry on rusting. At least this oil has a chance of actually soaking in between these seams and you know, creeping inside, keeping everything covered, and sort of keeping that moisture off. Like I say, a full video to come on this soon. Yeah, it smells like sheep in here now. It's not nice. It smells like you're on a farm, like a sheep farm, but it's good stuff. A lot of the parts we're going to get new from somewhere like Scandix or Polar Parts, brake components and things like that. but actually the main things that I need I can't get new and I can't find anywhere else. And those important parts are of course the bumper, for one. I just can't find another one. Without new parts, what can you do? Reuse the old parts. So what you can do is you can get these repair kits. This side is a better example to show you. So it's kind of a normal thing for these mounting points to break and to have problems with the studs. These mounting kits, basically it comes, it's like a square piece of metal. It's like a square plate with holes in it, and it just goes over there, and then obviously you put your nut and washer or stud or whatever through the one side, and then you just bolt it down. You know, and because it's a big area, it makes up for all this that's damaged around here. Well, something happened, didn't it? Oh yeah, it cracked there. I have a rear bumper. I cannot tell you how hard it was to get this. Not to get this particular bumper, but to get a rear bumper. Honestly, it's been months. Now originally when I bought the car, I'll make this short and sweet because it is a long story and I'm sure you just want to see it on and finished. So do I. Basically when I bought the car, the guy that I bought it off had a lot of parts for this thing. Some of which were included in the price that I paid for the car, so I was supposed to collect those at a later date. Some of which I was going to buy off him as extras, things that the car wasn't sold with, but he had those spares, the car needed them, I'd pay extra for those spares, fair enough. But that never happened, I got ghosted. Yeah, I don't know if he ever intended to give me those parts or what. So now will be the real test to see how straight this thing looks when it goes on. I've bolted it in, and on the other side where it was bent, actually doing it up helped straighten that bracket out. It kind of pulled it flat. So it should be okay. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, and guys, I can't fit this one on the other side because there's no clips at all. I'm gonna have to order some more. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's actually looking like a 240 wagon.